City of Boise is taking action.
The City of Boise has plans to take climate action, and one of those goals is to become carbon neutral by 2035, and another goal stated here on the side of City Hall, carbon neutral for the entire community by 2050. I spoke with the mayor about how they plan to make that happen and what roadblocks they face.
But we've seen every year our skies get a little smokier. We have more heat days than we've had in the past. And the weather is more unpredictable than it used to be. And all those have real impacts on the health of our community.
When running for the job, Boise Mayor Lauren McLean campaigned on a number of issues. Her priorities included clean energy and climate change, and now...
Well, we are at a moment of change, and I hear every day from residents who recognize the impacts that we're feeling and then really want to see leadership.
And so we've developed detailed plans to lay out a path as to how we get there.
Steve Hubble, Boise's climate action manager, said greenhouse gas inventories help the city carve that path.
It's one of the key tools that we use to track progress towards our goals. And they identify where the sources of greenhouse gas emissions in our community and in our facilities come from.
2020's inventory revealed the city emitted over 40,000 metric tons of carbon dioxide equivalents. The largest source was wastewater treatment at 39%.
And Boiseans made clear last fall with the vote on the water bond that climate action, clean water access, and reusing water is really important.
The water renewal bond passed last November with 80% of the vote authorizing up to $570 million for improvement to the city's sewer system. The funds will contribute towards recycling wastewater by treating it at a very high level and making it available to industry again or putting it back in the aquifer. Heating, cooling, and powering city-owned buildings and facilities was another significant source of emissions at 35%. Targeting this area of the puzzle looks like simply reducing energy use in some cases and electrification of buildings and fleets.
Science is really foundational to our work. So back in 2016, we completed a climate adaptation assessment to really understand what climate impacts look like here locally, whether that be around heat, water, or other things that are related.
Research from the University of Idaho, Boise State University, and the Langdon Group determined the risks of climate change in Boise, like rising heat danger.
So we're expecting hotter days as we go through the summers.
Heat days above 91 degrees could increase from a historical baseline of 16 days per summer to 66 by 2050, according to the adaptation assessment. In response, there's an emphasis on providing cooling spaces and planting 100,000 more trees across the city by 2030.
So we have a city tree challenge, and we want to double the tree canopy because that helps our neighborhoods stay cooler.
An estimated 13 million pounds of CO2 annually are sequestered by Boise's trees. What comes first is accomplishing these goals for municipality operations. But next is helping the rest of the community adopt carbon neutrality.
It's never easy.
Despite the challenges of tackling such a complex issue, Mayor McLean says she's optimistic about turning Boise into a carbon neutral city by 2050.
But what we're seeing is while we have goals, and we have like aggressive goals, we have to. The people of Boise, the folks of Boise, want to be a partner in that. And so I'm optimistic that as hard as it is to come up with these solutions and then to create the change we need to see to protect this community, that we'll be able to do it.
Reporting here in Boise, Geneva Zoltek, Idaho News 6.